All right, guys, so we're gonna start a series on the BLGs, and today we're gonna talk about probably my favorite one, the one that I constantly try to get the most out of, which is sunshine. When we talk about sunshine, what we mean is direct skin, eyes exposure to sunlight. So that's not through a window, not through your car window, not through sunglasses, not through your body full cover being outside. The more, at least 50% of your body, the more exposure we can have, the more benefits you're going to have. Obviously with the eyes, should be early morning. But other than that, as much body, skin you can have exposure to the sun, the better. So we're going to talk about the benefits and we're going to talk about what the goal is. The first benefit we're going to talk about is vitamin D, right? Probably the most well-known benefit of getting sunlight. Up to 80% of the vitamin D that we get, comes through the sun. Only 20% comes through nutrition. So that goes without saying that most people probably already are deficient on vitamin D. Vitamin D is important for your immune system. It's important for calcium absorption, so obviously bone strength or bone density. So vitamin D is a very critical micronutrient. Also, we know that people that are farther away from the equator can also suffer from some illnesses, particularly a seasonal depression, right? So when you're less exposed to the sun, your hormones and your neurotransmitters and a lot of things can get deregulated. So vitamin D, very important. The second thing that we want to talk about when it comes to benefits of sunshine is how much influence sunshine has on other BLGs. So when we talk about poop, when we talk about move, unless you're sitting down on a picnic outside, right? When we talk about mindset, sunshine can play a big role when it comes to those other BLGs. So if you can couple sunshine with a walk, for example, right? You're getting your move, you're getting your steps in, and you're getting sunshine. Now you can couple that with listening to a podcast. So now you get the knowledge BLGs working, unless you're like listening to some fiction, murder, mystery type of podcast. But you can use that time to learn something, right? Or you can use that time to work on your mindset. Since we're walking and we're appreciating being outside, right? That can get us away from a stressed mindset and we can work on a positive mindset. So BLGs can have influence on a lot of those. Sunshine can have an influence on a lot of those other BLGs. Because the exposure we're looking for is direct sunlight, that means you have to be outside. Unless you live in a city or downtown in a smaller city, that means being out in nature. If you're local Florida, that's pretty easy to get, right? Sunshine and being out in nature. And being out in nature has its own set of benefits, like lowering your stress, like improving your attention. So the combination that you can get just from getting sunshine with other things is endless, and it can have a big impact on your health. And then finally, the biggest BLG that sunshine can have an impact on is your sleep. So your circadian rhythm, right, your internal clock is something that dictates a lot of things. First is the quality of your sleep. Second is some hormonal production. So if you can get sunlight, especially early in the morning, in your eyes, in your body, we can get that cortisol to spike up. If the cortisol spikes up, then ideally it will last through the afternoon, and when it starts to come down, which it should naturally, that's the only time that your melatonin can start to build up, and that'll help you get a good sleep. But if you don't get that sun exposure, right, then that peak is not going to be that high. So what happens by mid-afternoon? You crash, right? Unless you have your coffee or whatever. But then you have that mid-afternoon nap or that post-lunch nap, and now the cortisol tries to get back up after your nap, but it's time to deregulate. So your melatonin doesn't go up, and then if you're exposed to blue lights or bright lights, then your cortisol never comes down. Or if you work, right, late in the afternoon, your cortisol never comes down. Your melatonin is never able to go up. You never feel rested when you go to sleep. So sunshine has a big part to play when it comes to the circadian rhythm and your sleep hygiene. That's the importance of sunshine. Ideally, what we want to strive for is 15 to 20 minutes every day, But since most people are deficient, we want to be on the longer side of that, 20, 30, 40 minutes. That's every day, just to catch up to our deficiencies. If you're dark skinned, we want more time, right? Because it takes longer for all the sunlight to get through your skin. If you're light skinned, you want it to be less. But that's the goal. And if this is something that you're lacking, this is something that we want to address. So let me know. We can talk about strategies. We can talk about when to fit in a walk outside, or when to try to get some sunlight that fits in your schedule. But this is going to be the biggest bang for your buck, unless your sleep is very bad. But again, then your sleep could be affected by this. So make sure that you're trying to hit the sunshine goal every day. And if you're not, let me know and we can work this out.